Hi, welcome to Go with Yin Yoga, and today's Earth Element Grounding Root Chakra Short Yin Yoga routine. That's a mouthful. You don't need any props at all to do this practice, but you may want props. So make sure you have things that will make your body comfortable. Things like blocks and blankets and a bolster, perhaps. Also, I'm going to suggest a journal. I'm going to ask you a few questions towards the end of this practice, and you may or may not want to journal about that. So go ahead and gather that stuff up. Meet me back on your mat or on your bed, and come into an easy seated position. Now is a great time to set an intention for your practice. It's your goal. So what is your goal today? I am offering a grounding root chakra practice. We are moving from the very yang season of summer where we get fired up and hot and bothered and into the more yin season of fall. We're moving between those soon. And this is actually known in traditional Chinese medicine as the late summer, the earth element. It's associated with your spleen and your stomach meridians. And I would like to start out by sharing this quote from a book that I have been sharing all summer long, because if you're new here, I lost my mother. My mother passed away about 3 months ago. So I have been moving through that season of grief. It doesn't have to be a family member. It could be a friend, any loved one. It could be a beloved pet. So I have been taking a lot of practices and pulling from the book Honoring Loss from Myra McGinnis Matthews. I didn't write it down this time. So here's the quote. All of my external activity was holding my internal pain. Somewhat at bay, but it wasn't healing me or helping me to get unstuck. That really resonates with me, especially here in the United States. Productivity is really valued. I'll rest when I die, right? And so when we are faced with something that seems unfathomable, I think about, I'm lucky. I had my mom in my life for 63 years. That's a long time. My sister had her in her life for 70. But still, it's a long time. It's more than a lot of people get. But I still, even though we couldn't communicate well towards the end, still it's like, I'm never going to talk to her again. But there are signs also. I told a couple of friends recently, I was walking Bandit one morning, and a monarch butterfly flew by. And we don't see a whole lot of monarchs up here. And in the middle of the street, it just touched down, stayed for a couple of seconds, kind of fluttering, and then it returned to its journey. And I was mentioning that to a friend, and she said, I've always thought that butterflies are loved ones coming to say goodbye to us. And I said, yes, that was the feeling I got from that encounter. Believe it, don't believe it. Everyone is different. This practice is also going to get into your back and your hips if you're not interested in all that spiritual stuff, okay? So before we get into our Yin Yoga poses, I'm going to share a Donna Eden energy medicine practice. I'm not a Donna Eden energy medicine practitioner, but I do practice a lot, and this is one of her go-tos. If you are feeling really hot and bothered, figuratively, literally, stressed out, fired up, this is the triple warmer smoothie. They call it the triple warmer. Traditional Chinese medicine generally calls it the triple burner. It's basically the same thing. It tends to get out of balance easily. This is a very simple practice. Take your hands to your forehead. Big breath in, big breath out, and bring them down to your eyebrows, to the ends of your eyebrows. Big breath in, breathing out through your mouth, and then bringing them down just in front of the top of your ears. Big breath in, big breath out, coming behind your ears, down your neck, hugging onto the backs of your shoulders, and ending with your hands on your heart. And I like to say, I am safe. Let's do that a couple more times. Hands to forehead, inhale. Hands to the ends of your eyebrows. Hands to the top of your ear. Around your ear, down your neck, holding onto those shoulders. Hands end at your heart. I am safe. One last time. You don't have to do this slow. You can do this faster than I'm doing it. Big inhale. Grow tall. Exhale through your mouth. Hands come down to the ends of your eyebrows. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come down to the tops of your ears. Big inhale through your nose. Creating space. Exhale through your mouth. And then hands come behind your ears, down your neck, holding onto those shoulders for just a few seconds. And then coming down to your heart. I am safe. You can do this really fast. You can do it without such big breaths. You can just kind of go kind of like that sometimes, like this, and nobody's going to know what you're doing. But it might help you to feel cooler, to feel less stress, to feel less anger, less whatever emotion. Okay. Go ahead and turn towards the short end of your mat. Legs come straight out in front of you. Roughly hip width apart, really wherever you want them to be. And I like to start out with a straight back. Hopefully my back is straight. This is caterpillar pose. If you'd like to use an affirmation with this practice, I didn't really come up with one, but you can just simply use I am grounded or I am safe. Also, life supports me. Those are affirmations I use a lot. Notice anywhere you're holding tension and see if you can soften into there. If you have back issues, you might want to begin to tilt forward with a straight back, hinging at the hips. Slightly tucking the chin so the spine is in one straight line. You know the limits of your own body. Caterpillar pose is not linked with touching your toes. That's not the objective of this pose. We're stretching our lower back. We are compressing our stomach. Strengthening the legs, backs of the legs. And I realize as I'm saying caterpillar again and again that kind of goes with my monic butterfly story. A little bit. Transitions. You can round if you like. Allow your head to be very heavy and point down towards the ground. You can always put something on your knees or bend them if they're uncomfortable in caterpillar position. And sometimes a bolster or some rolled blankets across your legs can feel very nice too. Last couple of breaths here. Go ahead and take the palms of your hands to your mat. Slowly walk your hands back towards your hips and slowly let your spine unfurl and uncurl, bringing yourself back up to a straight back position. And go ahead and bend your knees and come down so you're completely laying on your back. And stretch your arms out if that's comfortable for you, coming into Pentacle pose. Arms can also be above your head. Feeling energy moving throughout your body. Last breath here. And go ahead and take your hands a little closer to your hips, but still not touching your body. Palms can be down or up, it's your choice. And then go ahead and bend your knees so they fall out. Take the soles of your feet together. Now you may want something under your upper thighs so that your legs can really relax into Supine Butterfly pose. You could also have your back draped over a bolster. I often show Supine Butterfly pose that way, but I like to demo it this way too because this can also feel really nice without any props at all. And last couple of breaths here. And go ahead and reach under your thighs and slowly bring your legs upright so the knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. Take one leg in towards your chest and then the other. And place your hands wherever feels good to you on your legs. This is Yin Pose. It's a little Counterpose. In case your back is saying, I didn't like those last two poses. Or it just feels like there's a lot of stagnant energy back there in your back. And we're here for a short amount of time. Last breath here. And then go ahead and take your feet to your mat. Walk yourself over to one side. Doesn't really matter which side. And go ahead and bring the knees back in towards the chest and allow them to fall over to the side. Supine twist. Arms can be out in a T. They can be overhead. You can be holding on to one knee, as I am, wherever it feels right on your body. You can be looking up at the ceiling. You can be looking up at the arm that's stretching out, which is the same as the top leg of your twist. Same side. And go ahead and release your legs, slowly bringing them back so that the knees point up towards the ceiling. Come to the center of your mat. Walk your feet out a little wider than your hips and allow the knees to touch. And just take a few breaths here. And let's move on to the second side. Coming to the opposite side, bringing your knees in towards your chest, allowing them to fall over, and bringing your arms into whatever position feels right to you. If you're laying here and you hear your stomach start to grumble, that's unless you're hungry, it's actually a good thing. It generally means that you are moving into your parasympathetic nervous system. You are letting go of stress. You're letting go of fear, of anger, of any emotion that is upsetting you. Last couple of breaths here. And then again, slowly take your legs so that knees are pointing towards the ceiling, and walk the feet out a little wider than hip width apart. Allow the knees to touch. Brief little counterpose. And from there, again, let your knees point towards the ceiling. Stretch one leg out so it's straight, and then the other. Allow the feet to fall open, taking the arms a little closer to the body, probably a little bit away from your hips. And palms can be up or down, moving into your preferred Savasana. Now is a great time to revisit any intention you may have set. I offered physically, we're working on strengthening our back and our hips. And also we are really getting grounded and safe and secure, moving from the fired up season of summer and into the more mellow season of late summer before moving into the yin element of fall. So relax in to your Savasana until you hear me speak again. Feel free to stay in Savasana as long as you'd like. And if you are moving on into the rest of your day, go ahead and allow your breath to begin to deepen as I reread the quote I shared in the beginning of this practice from Honoring Loss. All of my external activity was holding my internal pain somewhat at bay, but it wasn't healing me and it wasn't helping me get unstuck. So activities can be really great. It can propel us to great things. But if we never are still, we don't feel our feelings. Without feeling our feelings, we don't grow, we don't let go, and we don't move forward in this life. So in your own time and in your own way, meet me in an easy seated position. Inhale, take the palms of the hands together in front of your heart, pressing those thumbs into the heart space, slightly bowing your head over your hands. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you always feel safe and secure. And go ahead and blink your eyes open, taking in your mat, lifting your head, allowing your hands to relax into your lap or on your legs. Give yourself so much props, so to speak, for showing up, taking care of yourself so that you can take care of everybody else in your life. And I give so much gratitude to each and every one of you that shows up here. Now is a time you may want to grab that journal. I have just a few questions you may want to consider and journal on. Do you believe that you can have a good life despite your loss? What will help you to feel safe and secure? Are you taking care of your basic needs? And that's food, shelter, cleanliness, also known as saucha, according to the niyamas. So often when we're grieving, it seems too hard to practice self-care, but that's when you need it the most. Like most things, when you don't want to do it, that's when you need it the most. Just one last thing I'll share with you. At the time that I filmed this video, you'll see it several weeks later, almost a month later actually. We've just gotten back from burying my mom. So I can share with you what I felt. Doesn't mean that you will feel that way. Every single person is different and every single grief is different. So I can say 5 years ago we buried my dad. That felt different, but we had waited a really long time because he passed away right before the pandemic started. So we couldn't bury him for quite some time. But with my mom, we had some time. It was 3 months later. But I can say that it felt really final, like a final goodbye, despite my butterfly story, which came after that. And my sister said that she finally felt, she'd been feeling kind of depressed, and she finally felt some closure. So you never know what you're going to feel. Right about now, you're going to find some practices coming up on the screen. One is a cooling breath tutorial. It's still summer. It can still be hot for sure. The day I'm recording this, it's definitely hot. Part of why I'm inside. And the other is a grounding meditation that is relatively short that should pair with this practice really, really nicely. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening.